It's Bastille, Laura Palmer. And before that, Ben Howard. And before that, Everything called Cough Cough. So tonight, it's kind of a different show. It's not really laying it in beats anymore. It's a bit of a change tonight. I'm joined with Charlie and James. Oh, a bit of a weird James there.
Hello.
Good evening.
James is weird.
No, I said it weird. I said James.
James.
Your name isn't weird. It's just the way I said it.
And I'm Charlie.
How are you both doing?
I'm good. I'm very warm, but good. It's very muggy in here, but
Humid in the studio.
It is very humid.
But we've had a really good evening.
So you guys have been absolute hectic the past few weeks. I was doing the Steadford. I was part of the stage crew there, and you guys were literally everywhere.
All over the place.
Where didn't you go?
where didn't we go? I didn't go in the women's toilets, and I don't think you went in the men's toilets. And I think that's about
Unless it was
it.
by accident.
That's about it. Everywhere else we went and interviewed
stewards,
so many people.
Everybody we could possibly.
Anybody who's performing, anybody who's helping out, anybody who's in charge. And yeah, just got the complete vibe of the Steadford and
Which was brilliant.
uploaded it to the
was
internet.
really good. Who was your most memorable nighttime performance?
Ooh, definitely the Bonavista Social Club.
Yeah.
Because they were dancing in ours, they had a fantastic time, they were brilliant.
Who was your worst?
The dancers before them.
Yeah.
The dancers just before when they were dancing, it was brilliant. But
They were
when they
brilliant
weren't,
dancers.
it was a bit.
It was like Q&A session, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's what I was
it's a bit of an odd
told.
one.
I
They
wasn't there
danced-
for that night because I was
they-
busy, but
No, they danced for maybe 7.5 minutes.
Of the whole
They
hour, yeah.
talked for an hour, so there you go.
quite horrible, isn't it? Yeah. So today, we've been to a project tonight called This Project, Charlie.
Yeah, Deg Un.
Tell me a bit about this. I don't know what it's all about, to be honest with you.
Well, this is a project. The idea has sort of devolved, as far as I can understand, from a thing that's going on in Leeds, where they've been taking up empty spaces. So spaces in town centres that are just not being used for anything,
Yeah.
old shops and things. So the idea is to pop up something for a community in these spaces. So this is the old JJB Sports in town, next door to Waterstones, and it's just this fantastic big space.
And it looks brilliant, doesn't it, as
is
well? It looks really
fantastic.
good there.
I mean, we called in a little bit earlier, and it wasn't quite ready. The band wasn't set up and everything, but they've used all the students from Glyndŵr University, and they've used all their artwork on the walls. It looks fabulous.
And some of the art is really phenomenal as well.
Oh, yeah,
Am I saying that
it's
right?
Some really great
Phenomenal.
pieces. There was that.
Phenomenal.
There was those two pieces by what was the Chinese artist?
Yeah, that was...
I can't pronounce that.
I
Yeah.
can't remember the name.
It was
but,
quite weird, though, because it said she was inspired by the whole, like, she met God in China, and it kind of evolved as a person kind of thing.
Yeah.
And normally I think, whatever.
Yeah,
But you actually look at the pictures and think, you kind of get the idea of what she's actually talking about there.
But
yeah,
there's
but do you think there's a tendency to think that art is a bit sort of highfalutin and you think, ooh,
Yeah.
But I got more of a connection with that because I think it's maybe because it's lots of local artists and local people who've done it and you think, wow, there's such talent.
Yeah, there is a lot of talent in Wrexham. People don't know about, like, with the music scene, the art scene, it's all coming together for this event, this project.
Callan FM on 105 FM.
So, Charlie, you mentioned before that we're in This Is Project.
But
That's kind of like
Deg
a
Un,
weird
Deg Un
name,
is
isn't it?
Yeah, but
For a
it's,
project.
This is it. This is the project.
This
Deg
is the
Un.
project, or this
This is
project.
the project. And I think it's something that is going to really help to revitalise the town centre of Wrexham.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of taken a nosedive in terms of the sorts of shops that are there. But if you've got a space where people are constantly in and out and being creative and creating art and music and everything else, the Wrexham Borough Council support it, and the Deputy Mayor was there and gave a speech and opened the whole event. So, there's a lot of goodwill behind it. And all the guys at Wrexham.com and the Foundry and everything, they're all behind it. They're doing a fantastic job. So there's a lot of energy. I don't know if you got that too, but there's a lot of energy.
It
in
was.
the place.
Plus, it was very hot in there too, which kind of
Well, it was very
heated
hot,
the
which
energy.
didn't help, but there was a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And the band were fantastic.
And if anyone who's listening wants to kind of get their art into the pop-up shop, you can do as well, can't you? By
Yeah, I
contacting...
think they're open to any kind of ideas. They're open to exhibitions, events. So maybe you're a local artist that wants to exhibit there. Pop along and see them. It's a social space as well. They want people to sort of sit and chat and all the rest of it. You could meet there and rehearse something. You might be doing a little play or something. But they've also got artist studios there and mini offices.
Yeah.
There are changing rooms there from when it was JJB Sports. So they're using that as little mini offices. So £5 a week. Hey, you're not going to get an office anywhere else for £5 a week. That's really cool. But the owners of JJB Sports actually have allowed this. Obviously they've allowed them to use the building for this pop-up event, exhibition, happening, whatever you want to call it. But Deg Un. is the name of the project.
And if you want to get involved as well, you can do. If you go to thisproject.co.uk, click Contact Us, and there is a direct email to Mike Jones, who is kind of the main guy behind this project as well.
Yeah, Mike and Dave, I think.
Yeah. We're going to get to the Roseville Band now. You met Andy.
Oh, yeah, what cool guys. They've just
Very
come back
cool.
from Canada. And this was a sort of homecoming concert, whatever you want to call it. But fantastic big space, you know, and there they are set up amongst all this fantastic artwork, all produced by local people and everything. But they've been out in Canada having a great time. But they are well worth listening to.
Here's one of their tracks now. It's called She's in Love.
Callan FM on 105 FM.
So, Charlie, tonight you went down to Deg Un, if no one knows.
Yep.
You met a lot of people there tonight, didn't you?
We met loads of people tonight. We can't remember all of them, but just the artists alone.
Yeah.
I didn't meet all of these, but there's Lisa Baxter, Louise Hindle, Ozra Bouk-Villon, Gina Conlan, Penny Anderson, Katie Kevenu, Luke Dalton, Claire Harding, Leanne Gilliam, Ai Jiang, Hillary, Lewis Jones, Katrina Craig-Ruck, Rebecca McGrath, Callum Mellor, Samantha Roberts, Cassian Miller, Charlotte Smith, Hannah Miller, Rebecca Peters, Sonia Reynolds, and the list just goes on.
So you can guess from that already, there's a lot of, brilliant,
so
talented
diverse.
people in Wrexham that no one knows about.
And this isn't just art on walls. This is art represented in the form that they see it. So whether that's pottery or photography or whatever it is, it was all there. And to see that sort of talent all piled in one huge room together, it's like, wow, you mean Wrexham really has created this?
Did you hear about, there's a guy called Mark Robler, I think his name is. In Wrexham, he had, remember the head in the bin in Queen Square?
Uh-huh.
Do you know who that guy is?
No.
He was there tonight.
Oh, was he?
Do you know about his 3 projects he did?
No.
He did
Tell us.
one with a hammock in Island Green, like the plastic kind of material they use, not pottery.
Plasticine?
That's the one, plasticine. They had that used, made a person in a hammock just lying there in Island Green to see what the reaction would be. There was also...
And I heard about the one sticking out of a bin or something?
Yeah, out of the bin, and there was also a guy with his head in the rails. But he actually got stolen in the end.
Really?
Someone just nabbed him and ran off.
But isn't it great, because you go off to all sorts of other towns, cities, whatever. I mean, you go to Chester and there's busking and there's culture and there's art and there's all sorts of things going on, and, Wrexham needs that too.
Yeah.
There are obviously plenty of people who are talented enough to make it happen, so I think this is a great start. Deg Un.
There you go. That's Avicii, Wake Me Up, UK's official number 1 for this week.
Callan FM on 105 FM.
So, Charlie, nearly done now for tonight's show.
Oh.
One more interview to go from Mike Jones.
Yeah, I think
He's
so.
kind of one of the main guys for Deg Un, isn't he?
Yeah, they've all been collaborating together.
Kind of quite a big team, isn't it, behind this?
I think it's created a big team.
Yeah.
And it's taken hundreds of people to get the whole thing up and running, and it's not over yet, because it isn't really launched until Saturday.
Yeah.
And what they're hoping for is lots more volunteers. So if anybody wants to just volunteer to be part of a project like that, and there are plenty of people out there who would like something to do, they would love to hear from everybody. They want ideas, inspirations, anything that's going on. They'd love to hear from everyone.
Because it is a community kind of project, isn't it? It's a
Absolutely.
Wrexham project. So if you want to get involved, drop an email. If you go to thisproject.co.uk, click on the Contact Us, and there's an email there straight to Mike.